Hello everyone, this is Thomas Pepin NHL Talk. I'm Thomas Pepin and let's play some NHL. So continuing the franchise mode series where I've taken over the Toronto Maple Leafs, we are on season 8 episode 1, and so through 7 seasons, since we're just about to start this one, we've won what is it? 4 Stanley Cups, 6 President's Trophies. Give me a second. I'm just gonna pull that back up again. Where is it here? One, two, three. Yeah, 4 Stanley Cups, 6 President's Trophies. And we've been to the finals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of 7. So, pretty good performance so far. As the title suggests, this season we're going to have almost certainly our youngest team yet. We're going to be using a lot of the computer-generated prospects. Actually, I was just thinking, I wonder how many first-round picks we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He doesn't really count. 9, but he's not going to be playing with us this season. So, and you would have seen, I think we have, excuse me, almost all the first overall computer-generated players. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoops. So 4 of the 7 first overall picks. So 4 first overall picks of the 7 that have taken place since we started the series. So, oh, and I didn't even look at defense. He's a 3rd, 5th, 3rd. But in any case, there's 3 more first round guys. And that's not even including, I think, oh wait, no, the other guys are currently with the team. So, anyways, so we've got a lot of young guys. I think it's the right balance of experience and youth to still be able to, or sorry, I should say skill and experience, and I guess youth too, to be able to still win a Stanley Cup, but this one's kind of risky. I don't actually know how it's going to pan out, but we're going to give it a shot. Worst case, in the long run, we'll be in great shape. So that's like the next, 6 to... Well, I guess it depends on how long we sign people for, but could be the entire career of these guys. So that would be the rest of my time as a GM. Or as, somewhere between that and the short end of what we can, or how long we can keep these players. But in the end, we're not going to need to do much, I guess, in theory, for that reason, because most players, so if they start at 18 to 20, they're going to play, or like these high-end guys are going to play at least 15 years. So then that means that pretty much brings me to the end of my career. Um, so I've kind of set us up for the long run. It might be a bit risky for the short run, as I said, but we'll kind of see. So otherwise, we are ready to go. I should say my apologies for being half an hour late. I got held up. But, yeah, it would have, the note was in the description, or well, the about section of my channel. So if ever you don't see me on time, then that's where it's going to tell you an update, unless I'm held up completely and can't actually put an update there. In which case I should be there if I still have the date up. So anyways, let's get to it. And because I'm going to be rotating through players, I should check who we have in and who needs to eventually get in. Do we change it? This one's tough. I don't know if I should change it each game. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. And then on defense, what should I do? I didn't think of this ahead of time, because I knew I was going to have some sort of rotation. It's just the exact rotation plan I don't know. If I do it every game, then that's probably going to be too much. Which way does this guy shoot? So he's left. I don't know if it's even necessary, but yeah. And then Patrick was what position? center or right? Because I'm going to have to make more than just one simple change. Yeah, so it's not, I guess, too crazy the amount of changes required. Should I do the same for defense? Provorov's not on anything. Okay, so let's just do it this way. Um, so let's just update our starting points for next season. Chushkin's injured. I think that would require a whole bunch of changes. So I'm just gonna let him play injured. I guess technically it's risky because he could get re-injured or injured long term, but it doesn't seem like it happens from the preseason into the regular season, so I'll just pretend that he'll be okay. And then we scratched what's his face, so we can put in rest instead of the other guy. Patrick, what if I do rest instead? Are those the only guys? Yeah. So I guess that's okay. Oh, we do defense. Lindstein. Let's put you there. We'll fix all the rest of the lines once the season starts, but we'll just do those quick substitutions and deal with it afterwards, I think. I don't know, maybe not. That was Lundell. good enough, I guess. The most important thing is that we're getting games to be able to see who did the best in the preseason. The results and line combinations and all that's not as critical. Okay. Valcor. So we found the new baseline for next year for club seats. We still got to figure out for executive suites though. Parking was fine. Patrick comes out for rest. That's good. Okay. Okay, that's at 6 games, which means we get rid of our guy's going to junior. So those guys are Valcor and Bernier. And actually, I guess I can do them both at the same time. I was thinking about doing them separately to make sure that they go to junior, but there's a way I can check that after. Chalowski, I think, is the only guy coming up at the moment. Yeah, I think it tells us there that they're both going to junior. So, good. Now we gotta sort this out. So, Patrick comes back in. Five points in 5 games playing on the third line? That's crazy. 1 point, 1 goal, 1 assist. A -1 is not good, but I don't think I have a choice. Unless Rust goes up. But Eriksson X done so well that I can't do that. Then here it's Provorov goes there. Grillo comes up. Jersey across. Steen goes there. Nine, 2, 3, 8, 7, 0. I'm pretty sure he's going to be last. 9, 3, 2. So Thompson starts as the first goalie in rotation. And it's funny because I think last season it was the same story, but then it's the exact opposite order of who played better during the season. So we always do the start based on the preseason, but then it almost always is different. Okay, so none of this should have been impacted. Penalty kill. There's Lundell. Eriksson Ek. Patrick. And Rust. We'll go Lundell. Oh, wait, we don't have the defense correct, do we? So it's Jersey, Lindstein. Now we can check. So everybody's the same. So we'll wait on that. Then it is Provorov, Hronik, Nyquist, Grolo, Ekrust, Eklundell, Ekpatrick, who was the other guy? Lindell, Patrick. Yeah. So they'll Patrick, Lindell, both the same at face-offs. We'll do that instead. Okay. Nothing changes there. So that means, oh yeah, there was rust. Lindell. Rust. Could do that. Lindstein, Jersey. Lindell is 0. Patrick, 0. it is. Yeah, we might as well go. All the less useful, or the guys that are not scorers for all these penalty kills, because they're all at even for line chemistry. I'm perfectly happy with that. Russ, Lindell. Yeah. So Eck goes to the last one. Lindell goes to the first one. Oh, but then we should change the order, so then it should be Patrick Lindell, because Patrick doesn't get to play on the 4-man unit. As long as these are both zeros, and they should be. Yeah. So then that's a better distribution of minutes. Okay. Okay, I think all the lines are good. I'm just going to go and review to make sure. Maybe. So the reason I kind of want to do this is because Patrick gets less. No, but he's. He didn't perform as well in the preseason. That's tough. See, it sucks. I don't want to have the -1. 2 points -3, 1 goal, even. Let's just leave it. Juju's better at face-offs, yeah. 6 points in 6 games in the preseason. Pretty good for a rookie. Well, for anyone, but especially for a rookie. Yeah, it's pretty even, the distribution of minutes. Okay, so it looks good to me. And we'll leave that extra forward spot because we don't know who's going to play best, fit best. Oh, Actually, that's true. Because, yeah, maybe I need to make a list of all the players that can fit up in the lineup. As I've done before. I just don't want to have to do it. Okay, fine. Then this way I won't have to deal with it in the future. Okay. The brink fits everywhere. Oh, he is there. Soderblom fits everywhere too. Man, we've got some really good, it's like I said before, our AHL roster is, I mean, really, it's almost good as an NHL roster, like a low-end one, but they could compete. It's pretty crazy. Actually, you know what? Let's do this instead, because then it'll be quicker. So, Othman's a no. Anderson is a possibility. Not good. Especially not good. Should I even include them? Because I think that's low compared to the rest of them. Him too. Guess that's the last one. Then we can bring what's his face back up. Him neither. Okay, so I don't really need to select anybody else to pull up, but the whole point is to make the game make line changes so that it does the correct lines. There we go. Okay, so we got our list. It's only really 2 players. Anderson's not going to be that good. So it seems unlikely we're going to pull him up, but maybe he has a really good AHL season and maybe he'll come up, but last season wasn't that good. Okay. Oh, I did adjust the prices from last game, so I didn't need to do that. Okay. We did that. So we're good now. One thing actually I should check, because you never know, is what happened past couple games. 2 points, 2 points. 2 points. Still at 5. How does he get so few minutes when he's on a lot of the other lines? 13 minutes, 15, 16, 18, 21, 21, 20. Yeah, I guess the third pairing's still getting some decent minutes. Nobody's really... That Nyquist, man, 5 points in 7 games is pretty crazy, and Grollo had none. And he was the pair, or well, partner of the pairing. Interesting. So I guess we'll see how this pans out. Oh, shoot. I forgot to do the scouting. Again, it's not so critical because well, I only go for the first overall pick pretty much. So, yeah, we'll get enough information by the end of the season anyway, so it's not really a big deal. It would be really nice if that first overall pick, or the likely first overall pick, was a franchise defenseman. That would be pretty stellar. In which case we would try to get him for sure. I think that's it. So we had most of them already. It's the guys that moved that we needed to assign to their new locations. So, okay. Now, okay, so thankfully we got good information out of that last game. So it was 4:30 for executive suites, and everything else was good. Now, actually, you know what? We'll sim up to game one, and then I'll do the prices. So now it goes to last year's prices, 159 to 76, 3, 83, 516. So 159, 276, 383, 516. Again, I always auto-assign concessions and merchandise because there doesn't seem to be any way that I can manage it and do better than the game, so just let the game do its thing. Okay. So we did upgrade and maintain prices. Shouldn't be any injuries. Thompson's supposed to be in. How did he do the last game anyways? Not that it's really going to change anything, but just out of interest. He won and kept the same save percentage, so sweet. So it wouldn't have changed it anyways. Goalies, lines are done, scouts are done. Nothing else, so we can save. Okay. One sec here, just making sure I didn't forget anything. Cool. Okay, so we are ready to start the new season. Preseason's done now. So let's get to it. And thankfully now we don't have to do so many line changes, excluding injuries and all that stuff, which we would have to do anyways. We start off with our defenseman recording a goal and an assist. Now it's our point leader. Maintenance we're going to have to do semi soon. So these aren't actually the prices from last season, it's the peak prices from last season. And I'm okay with starting with not at a sellout because I would rather risk missing all the ticket sales or risk missing the amount of ticket sales we're going to miss by overpricing versus miss by more sales by underpricing. Because going down is easier than going up because you don't know the maximum, but here we know the minimum, so it's easier to figure out from there. So if it's 250, let's do, wait, wrong direction. 3 down, 4 down, 4 down, 2 down. Parking's a tough one because it tends to go down quickly and you want to get ahead of the curve there, which is what I was trying to do. Any injuries? Probably not. Thompson's in because he won. That's why you check, because I have auto rotate on. Because if you don't have it on, it doesn't rotate the goalies in the AHL, and then it's completely unrealistic for their stats. So, and since I check and edit the lines anyways, it's not a major inconvenience to check and rotate the goalies and all that. There's something I was going to do. I can't remember what. What was it? I'm sure it'll come to me eventually. So anyways, one thing, just to pause here, there's something I wanted to comment on. So at the end of last stream, I I took a look at all the guys that we could potentially be trading for if we have players that underperform. And yeah, so I have a list of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 forwards. Because really, that's all that's out there that we would trade for using our young players. The rest of the guys would be inexpensive to get, so I don't really need to record them. And they seem less likely we'd need to get defensemen than forwards. So, in any case, so yeah, I have that list. I don't know if that's what I was gonna say. Oh, that's what it was. Okay, now I remember. So I forgot to check my owner goals. Of course, you want us to win a Stanley Cup. How can you make that a goal? That's totally unfair. I mean, yeah, every season I aim to win the Stanley Cup, and I'm 4 for 7, but 4 for 7 is not 100%. Like, I expect us to win a Stanley Cup's a bit lofty. Winning on the road is critical. We should be able to get 27 road wins of 41. I would be surprised if we didn't. Then we need to upgrade concessions. So once maintenance gets down to 40 or so, we'll do an upgrade instead of doing a repair or whatever. So that's what it was. Now I remember, because I didn't check that before, and now we know. This is a rare good start to a season. Typically, at this point we'd be down 2 losses, or we'd be 0-1-1 or something. 2 wins to start's not bad. The other thing I was hoping for is a high-end goalie to be created or generated by the game. But from what I saw, I didn't see any goalies in the top, I think it was 10 at the very least. But it seems like, let's have a look. It might have even been the top 30 that I didn't see a goalie. Actually, we could just filter by goalies. So it isn't until 43rd that there's a goalie prospect. So, because we need somebody to replace Pessinen because he's asking for $4 million on his extension, and we're not paying $4 million for a goalie. It's against the strategy. Maybe eventually, once we have cost certainty with a lot of our young guys, then we can start to adjust and maybe spend more on goalies. And with inflation, technically we can. It's just that I'm trying to avoid that because, well, the 3 goalie strategy is to bypass the need for a higher end goalie, which means you don't ever need to spend anything basically other than league minimum on goalies. So anyways, Pessinen, this is why you have 3 goalies. So now we have 2 other options with 1 goalie injured. Pretty good situation. And how did Pessinen get injured? He was the backup. I guess Thompson got pulled. Doesn't seem to be the case. That's weird. Unless it played him without, even though he wasn't even put first. I don't know. Well, I guess, yeah, coach's decisions. You never know. Sometimes you pull out a goalie for whatever reason. Like he could be getting peppered and still playing well, but you just want to give him a rest or something. Okay, we have the back-to-back. It's always the strong goalie against the weaker team, or sorry, the higher goalie in the rotation against the weaker team, the weaker goalie against the higher team. And it's because points in the bag are important, so it's better to try to dominate the weaker team and hope for a win against the better team, in my opinion. So that means Nolan for this game. That was a home game, so we need to do this. Pricing was correct, so we can put it up 1, 1, 1, 1. Shouldn't be any new injuries. Oh, he's back pretty quick. So actually, he'd be able to play his game that he's supposed to play, because Thompson's supposed to start. Now, since he's there, why did he even play? It doesn't make sense to me. So we'll still keep Nolan in, and then after this game, we'll switch and put Thompson. Or switch and put Pessinen, I think is what I meant to say. Boom, 4-0. That was away. No new injuries. So now, oops. Here we go. Oh, and if you haven't seen before, I manually save after every game, just in case there's some sort of stupid slip up where it auto saves and I made a mistake. So, like, for example, I forgot to do the scouting, but it wasn't a major thing. If it was something like I forgot to sign McDavid or something like that, then, you know, it could never happen in real life. So you would want to go back and fix it. Man, I think this might be our best start yet. And it's funny because we'll have like a great season or something like that and then lose lose in the first round or something stupid. I wouldn't be surprised. So that was away. Oh, and there was one thing I forgot to do before the playoffs last season, because I always, or at least in the past, I've shown just that I'm not cheating. So like before the stream, changing the difficulty level or something. I might as well just do it now since it's on the top of my head. So superstar, trades on hard, wherever it is, and so on. So, and then like all the sliders are the more difficult. So AI learning, difficulty adjustment, everything's pretty much on the highest. No, everything is on the highest, and then the rest of it's made for realism as if I was playing. So it's what I use for Be a Pro. I use for franchise mode as well. I did this stuff, I think. Man, what a great start to the season. It's impressive. I'm interested to know how all the individual players are doing. I'm not going to check yet because it's still far too early, but we saw that Ollie, one of our most important guys, is playing very well. I'm just wondering how everybody else is doing. So maybe at 10 games, we'll just have a quick review. This time we'll go up by twos. So Thompson hasn't lost himself, I don't think. I don't know who got that loss with Heston getting injured, but in any case, he hasn't lost. So it's always, the rule is 2 losses in a row or 2 losses of 3. Then you go to the bottom of the goalie rotation. So it hasn't happened yet. 12 points in 7 games for Ollie. It's pretty impressive. This is why, once again, torn hamstring. That's a long-term injury. That's what I was going to say. Once again, why you have 3 goalies. When there's only one goalie that plays and you only typically have 2 goalies on your active roster, if you have multiple injuries, you are screwed. So it is absolutely critical to have some sort of contingency plan. So not only to optimize goalie performance through the rotation strategy I had mentioned, but also for injury risk mitigation. So I think it's very smart, very important. Whether or not it's a good idea in real life, that's a different story, but I have a feeling it would also apply in real life. So, that was a home game. Parking lots due pretty soon. So I think 2 is too much. Torn hamstring, that sucks. Man, 8-1-0 to start a season, that's very abnormal for me. We always end strong. It's, wow. We're usually strong by like the 20 game mark for the rest of the season. This is all a pretty crazy start. Maybe we have something going on. I mean, I really did try to put together a solid lineup from trades and all that stuff. But I wasn't expecting this good. There's a loss. Good year for rookies. So I wonder if that means franchise player. That was a home game, I'm pretty sure. So we're going to need to do that parking lot soon. Should probably have a look at our next road stretch. That's perfect. Still haven't hit our max yet for those. Pepin just lost, but he still has the ability to keep his net if he wins. Well, he would have to win 2 games in a row to keep it, which he just might do. Okay, so we hit 10 games. I just want to have a brief look at player performance. Maybe I should do it by lines. And the reason I'm saying that is because then we know if we need to adjust lines. We won't yet because 10 games is still too early, but just to get an idea. 7 points. He's a rookie, keep in mind. 7 points on the first line with 2 guys with experience, so he should. I mean, he's kind of doing as expected. Martins is doing fantastic, kind of as expected as well, because he really shot up towards the end of last season, and especially in the playoffs because he won the Conn Smythe. So, Ollie's doing fantastic. Judry's a rookie, franchise potential over a point per game. That's on the second line. That's quite good. Oh, I wasn't expecting this out of this guy. 12 points in 10 games. He's got some experience, but well, it's only 1 season. Played well, but wasn't expecting that. Nichushkin, he was a concern because he's been very up and down. By the end of the season, he's done well. 64 and 79. Here he's on a good start, basically a point per game. Gamble, preferably on the third line, we want 3/4 of a point per game or 2/3, somewhere around there. So this is just shy, but pretty close. Just under a point per game, so that's on the high end. So they kind of even each other out. Jeez, Eriksson 10 points in 10 games. So the preseason was a good predictor of how he would do. It's impressive. Whoa! The fourth line should not be producing this well. 6 points in 10 games? That's crazy. 9 points in 10 games? And that's 10 minutes of ice time. 9 minutes of ice time. That's nuts! 7 minutes, a lot less. But 4 points in 10 games is fantastic for the fourth line. Holy jeez. So, I mean, just look at their overall ratings. 85, 86, 86. 87 for Eriksson Ek. And I mean, you have lower guys somewhere up in the lineup. So 84. Generally, the rest are the same. So yeah, because we have so many entry-level contracts, we've really been able to create a super deep roster with some players that we otherwise probably wouldn't have gotten. 6 points. This is second or third year? Fourth year. 6 points in 10 games is quite good for a defenseman. 3 points. He was slow last season, but he was playing third line minutes, so it's not surprising. This is a bit low for Hronek. Low for Provorov, but still not bad. Really decent. Wasn't expecting much out of this guy. He's got 7 points, third pairing D. Do we reward him and put him on the power play? 7 points, 3, 3, 3, 3, 6. I think the answer is yes. So we are going to make an adjustment even though I said I wouldn't. And it's because it's a very quick and easy change that we were already considering. There's no change to the line chemistry, so it's perfectly okay, and it's only one change. Now the other question is, do we move him up in even strength? So if we move him, chemistry doesn't change. What is the impact on the penalty kill? So if Veronic goes here, does it get worse? Does not. Jersey. So goes down for that. Goes down for that. So just because of the penalty kill, I won't change it. And also, it's not bad to distribute points throughout multiple lines, because as we're seeing, everybody's kind of producing. So it's okay to have a guy further down the lines who's producing, because if they're producing, why really change anything? So I'm surprised, even with this -1, this fourth line's doing well, so pretty sweet. Okay. Speak of the devil. So now we have a few adjustments to make. I guess the other guy's a lefty, plays left. Substitute flip. Because Lindstein is Stein. I don't know which one it is. He can play his off wing. Chronic comes back here. Whoops. Lefty. Chalosky comes in. Chalosky. And no change to anything in terms of line fit, so that is good news. It's unfortunate we didn't get him in for any warm-up games in the preseason. But that's okay. Because he wasn't ever expected to play any crazy amount. Mind you, with injuries, he might turn out playing more, but 9-2-0, that's wild. I was not expecting that. Oh yeah, maintenance, I gotta figure that out. We'll do that after I finish all this stuff. That's good, good. Down 1, I think, is okay. I think it always tells you how long the injury is, but I didn't notice what it said. Oh, are we in a back-to-back? I think we are. Gotta check who's the weaker team. 4-6, 4-8. So number 2 is the weaker. So game 1 is Nolan. Okay, now we'll check about maintenance. So next stretch of away games or otherwise long stretch. Here is not enough, but it's not bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we'll do it after Buffalo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. No. So, or I forget what I just said, but anyways, it's better to do it after Ottawa because we have a longer stretch of away. So we'll wait till Ottawa then. We got this set up. That was away. So Jersey, oh, he's coming back very soon, so not long term at all. November 22nd. That's not that long either. Okay then, if we have to call people up, Brink, only 6 points? Only 5 points? Like, you guys are NHLers playing in the AHL. How are you guys not doing better? These guys are doing better. Anderson should be less likely to get claimed, so we might pull him up. Well, a bunch of these guys are doing okay. So I guess Anderson? I don't really want to pull him because I didn't think he played well. Well, I mean, you never know. So it was our first line player. That sucks. Then who goes where? So we're going to have to do based on line fit, I think, because the problem is a lot of these guys don't really fit. Russ could go up. What's his performance? 8 and 13. 12 and 13. He can't go up. Seven points. 14's very good. Could technically go up, just not ideal. 12 and 13. He can't. 8 and 13. Six and 13. I mean, Lundell's deserving based on performance, and he fits. Oh, endurance is brutal, though. I guess Rust is the next best. Martin shoots left. How do we do this then? So if I don't want to change this line. 15 points and 13. 19 and 13. 15 and 13. Crazy. So don't mess around too much. Rust in the end's not going to play really any different in terms of his other lines, but we'll play him up with the first one. I mean, these guys can kind of carry him, to be honest. 12 and 13 and 16 and 13, so. Okay. So that's that fix. Martin's. So who is not playing on the power play? Gamble, Von Fersen. Gamble, Von Fersen. I guess what we'll do is based on the line fit score, chemistry. So +3 with Eriksson Ek. +3 with Lundell. Who's got better puck skills? Yeah, it's definitely Eriksson Ek. So we might as well go with him. And he's got good enough endurance to do it too, so. But that being said, we'll switch these two because Eriksson Ek's good defensively too, so it makes more sense. Gamble's better at scoring, although in this case not really, but in terms of performance, but for ratings, he's better. That's good, and then it's Gamble that's going to come in here. Chushkin, Gomez, Judry. Then who's the better? It's Von Fersen's been the better performer. Yeah. Okay, and then Ollie Martins, and might as well just put Von First in, I think. Von First and Gamble. Through face off 78. Another win and another one. Another back-to-back, eh? Okay, that was a home game. What happened here? Oh, nothing for the rest, just for the first one. I should have said, so just when I put down the prices, I estimate based on the difference in attendance or usage for parking. Based on the difference, I know approximately how many to go down, and so that's why sometimes it'll be 6, sometimes 5, sometimes 2. So I just estimate. And then also based on the level of maintenance, so towards the bottom of maintenance of parking, you have to make more dramatic changes to pricing. So for example, go down by 6 or 5 or whatever. So anyways. And then for D here, we're gonna, how did he do? As long as you're holding water, that's good. Even, well, no points plus 1 is perfectly good. Jersey comes back. He's also going to go back to the power play. Yeah, I forgot I do need to do this. Oops. That is it. Now we're on another back-to-back. Let's see who's weaker. So Anaheim. So that means we have to switch our goalies. So the stronger team is New York. That means the weaker goalie goes in, or theoretically weaker goalie, lower in rotation, however you want to word it. A loss. See, and that's the thing. It would be better to lose against a better team than to lose against a worse team and then also lose against a better team, having played your better goalie. So I mean, not necessarily that it's going to work out in this case, but I think in the long run it makes sense. Yeah, it didn't work out in this case, but concept is correct. So now that guy's back. So I was just thinking and debating if I send that guy down or do I keep him up, the extra forward that we brought up, Anderson. I think we'll keep him up unless his performance is bad, in which case we'll send him down. I forget if I hit the maximum for this. Alright, so Pessinen comes back in. Now, how did Anderson do? No production whatsoever. So, if that's the case, there's no point in keeping him up with us to just sit there. He could get claimed, but 80 overall seems like for forwards he won't. I'm okay with risking it anyways. Russ didn't do anything while he was up there. So it means I don't need to adjust anything here. 13, unless Lindell's done better. 12, so the answer is no. Then Ollie comes back here. This is Chiarelli. Then we go back. Power play, Gamble goes down. Chiarelli comes in. Oh yeah, there's second. So Chiarelli goes here. $15 points versus 10 and 13. So we'll actually keep it as is just because of performance. For those at least here, we'll go back to what we were. And this goes to McPherson. And 2 goals, 4 goals. Let's just go with Torelli. Okay. Oh yeah, 10 games we were supposed to do scouting. Oops, I missed it. Again, no big deal really, because yeah, we'll get enough information by the end of the season, so it's not critical. What's your story? Oh wait, I don't do that guy. Oops. That's it. So most of them again were assigned, so we didn't really miss out on anything too crazy. We'll save there. I'm gonna see if we know about the draft picks, if there's any franchise guys yet. So we don't know yet. Oh, he's defensive D anyways, so in all likelihood he's not franchise. And then this is the previous central scouting, okay. Yeah, so nobody in the end we're probably going to turn out drafting. I mean, if you were a franchise defensive defenseman, I could consider it, but it seems like that's going to be unlikely. So that's 2 losses for Pessinen, so he's lost the net as starter. Also, Nolan lost his previous game, so if he loses this one or the next one, he loses his starting. This is where you wish you could have 4 goalies. But it's not really a wise decision to have a guy in the AHL. I don't think, at least. Whoops. So yeah, we're going to have a whole bunch of maintenance coming up. Oh yeah, no one's staying in net still. So far, if he wins the next game, he's back to even. Loses, and we switch. See, and this is a great thing. Somebody's going to be on a roll. Pepin was, and then now Nolan's on at least a semi roll right now. The 3-goalie rotation really, in my opinion, stabilizes the goaltending. And we were going to do maintenance after Ottawa, I believe. Yes. So I'm supposed to be done the stream in 4 minutes, so we'll get past that, do the maintenance, and then call it a stream. Nice, Nolan's back on it. Oh, I guess I might as well do scouting after the maintenance. I should check that too. So before I start the game, we'll go, or well, I mean, sim through the next game. We'll check about those free agents. If anybody went unsigned, that's worth signing. So, free agents. Let's see what's out there. So nothing in terms of potential. Nothing in terms of overall, at least for players, and it looks like for goalies too. So nothing to claim. We're also supposed to trade away underperformers at this point too, but we'll leave that for next stream. So we did that. That was a home game. Now we do the maintenance. Pair 43A. It's not quite low enough. The rest, I guess it's not. We're still not quite there. So we'll wait for the next good stretch. Prices. This can go down 1. Let's go 2. Alright, do our scouting and then we're done for the stream. That's it. Alright, so we will leave the stream there. So we're sitting at 15, 6, and 0. Believe it or not first in our division, and then clearly not the NHL. So we sit in 6th. I guess we have versus Boston 3 games in hand. So that means we could theoretically be 36, which would put us above them. Put us above Winnipeg. But wouldn't put us in first still. So we've got some ways to go. Our goals for per game is the highest I've ever seen it, I think. I mean, it's still very early, so it's probably not representative. Goal differential might be the highest it's ever been, pretty darn close. Power play percentage, second best. Penalty kill, third worst, which is surprising. We won't adjust that quite yet. We'll see kind of what happens. Then our players, Ollie's over a point per game, Gomez over a point per game. Look at those goals already. 14 goals in 21 games, 13 in 21. That's nuts. Martin's low on goals compared to what he usually does, but nearly a point per game. Judry, rookie, franchise player, nearly a point per game. Von Fersen, playing the third line, dipped a little bit, but not far off from a point per game. Torelli, basically a point per game. Nichushkin, same as Von Fersen. Lundell playing on the fourth line, 15 points in 21 games. Eriksson Ek on the third, 15 and 21. And the rest are basically probably D and other odds and ends. Gamble might need to get moved down. I just don't know where else we would put him, because I don't really think we should put him on the fourth. Because I guess Lundell could replace him, and then Gamble would kind of stabilize the fourth, make it positive versus negative in all likelihood. In terms of like the line chemistry. So we could do that. Out of interest, let's see what would happen. So we'd put 1 down 2, 1 up 1. Kind of okay with that. And then Patrick could go center. Yeah, you know what? Let's just do that. Then D, I think everybody's basically performed about the same, except for that Nyquist guy. 7, 10, 7, 5, 9. So pretty much everybody's equal. Nothing really stands out. Nyquist, I mean, he's only slightly above the rest, but yeah. And that's good news because he's only 23. We just signed him for 6 years. I wasn't sure how he'd pan out. And so far, so good. So, team's looking good. I don't know if this is necessarily our best start. At the beginning it was, but then we've kind of lost a few games as of late. Yeah, so altogether not bad. I mean, not better than I expected, I would say, just from how young our team is. So, anywho, we'll leave it there. If you like the stream, hit the like button, share with your friends, subscribe, turn on notifications. The channel homepage has upcoming streams on regular NHL content. Nothing scheduled at the moment, waiting for the rest of the off-season to, well, at least all the major things to take place. Won't do it until then. For things that can't schedule ahead of time, like franchise mode, that schedules in the About section of the channel. We have a temporary schedule. It might stabilize soon. I actually have to go back and check if there's any other changes I need to make because I have a couple more things come up. So I'll go have a look at that. For be a pro, that's whenever I have time or feel like it. I haven't really had time lately. Have wanted to, just haven't had time. Any comments, leave them in the comments, suggestions likewise, and we will see you guys tomorrow, I think. Give me a sec. Today is Sunday. Yes, so tomorrow 9 p.m. Eastern. And again, always check the About section of the channel to know both the day I'm streaming and then if there's any schedule changes. So if it's a race, it means I'm not streaming anymore, or I'll put canceled. If there's a time change and I have the time to record it, it'll be there. If it's still scheduled and I haven't put a time change and I haven't shown up, then that just means I'm late. So anyways, so that's it. Thanks for tuning in. See you guys tomorrow. Okay, bye.